game. So yeah, completely objectively, I think it's Nico.
Yeah, absolutely. Some would say scientifically, probably, like logically, reasonably. Listen, I'm not going to tell you Nico doesn't deserve praises. I think his individual level has been stellar, and the fact that he
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube and Twitch channels. It's Sunday and we're gonna do a coffee stream. There's been some stuff going on, especially with that In Praise of Shadows idiot who decided to go after Windigoon and Donut Operator and all that. I actually have Brandon Buckingham's video. I know it's long, but we're gonna watch his response to it. And then we're gonna watch Windigoon's statement at the very beginning. We're not it's an hour and 6 minutes, but I want to show you the beginning half an hour of the video. So yeah. And Spittlebuggies is here in chat. Hello, hello. I hope you're all having fun and ready to have a good almost, yeah, Oompa did it, yep. Oompa reacted, I've watched pretty much everybody's reaction, but I wanted to show you guys Brandon's just because Brandon was really Brandon's was really funny. So I wanted to show you guys Brandon's reaction. I've got my earbuds in. I found some reactant in my purse. Yay. So it's hello Blake Star. Windigoon can't be cancelled. And nice shirt. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you very much. Yeah, Windigoon. No, you can't cancel Windigoon. Thank you. Let's do an outfit check. Here's the jeans with the top. And we'll do a revolve. And a revolve. There we go. Outfit check. And before I go pulling up the screen share screen, I've just been sent another video, so we will pull that up. There we go. Okay. So, like I said, we're gonna have a fun coffee stream and then we'll do the combat hour tonight. And I've been having a lot of fun with Tanya. I built a compilation of my matches last night on stream. Bullied because my sister does OnlyFans. Oh, this should be good. This should be good. And because I'll try to put this in the description after the stream because I'm already live. Brandon is Wendigoon's dad, lol. Yeah, the picture that they showed, yeah, that was bullshit. That was crap, that picture. That he showed, that In Praise of Shadows used. That was, pretty much everything In Praise of Shadows said was absolutely horrible. So but first we're gonna take a gander at this video. My sister I'm bullied because my sister does OnlyFans. Well, does your sister, like, is she one of those asshole OnlyFans creators that flaunts it and has to tell everybody that she has an OnlyFans all the time? Or did somebody go digging for her page? And, yeah. Like, those are the two options. Either somebody went digging for her page and found it and paid for it and is now shitting on the sister for the content, or the OnlyFans doing sister is one of those ones that's like, subscribe to my OnlyFans all the time. So that's my theory. So let's take a look at what this has to be.
Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah, it's a Sugar Tits video. I didn't see the... I love Sugar Tits. I love Sugar Tits.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another Sugar Tits video. Now, I've recently had some people ask me, why on earth did you decide to call your YouTube channel Sugar Tits?
Sugar Tits, oh yeah, why did they know you're her sister?
And it
That's
has nothing
true.
to do with trying to be provocative or knowing
Thank you,
that sex
Spittlebuggies.
sells. Please, I'm a cartoon fucking bear on YouTube. And if you're thinking about cartoon bear titties, that's your issue, not mine. You see, when I
Right?
started this channel, I was very much into pissing off feminists. You could say that was what my whole channel was based on. And so,
Isn't it still based on pissing off feminists? Feminists, leftists, idiots, you know?
I picked a name that is primarily used by patriarchal dicklord
Sugar
men
tits.
to piss off feminist bitches.
Yep.
And that's where that came from.
I don't need to remind you of the report that denounced Renham Industries as an institutionally sexist organisation.
Now you hold on a minute, Sugar Tits.
It was a joke, and if it pissed off some feminists along the way, that was just bonus points. So
See, exactly. It nothing deeper than she's using that as the name because that's what assholes call women to piss them off.
no, I didn't pick the name Sugar Tits as an attempt to sell my channel using feminine sexuality. Please don't put me in the category of these OnlyFan bitches that seem to be plaguing the internet these days. I don't even show my real face. If you look hard enough, you can find it out there, but I don't involve it in this channel, and I am proud of that. With a predominantly male audience, I've managed to force a bunch of men to actually listen to what I'm saying without checking out my titties.
Oh, look at you, Sugar Tits. Look at you. I'm afraid that I cannot be so high-minded. But no, in all seriousness, no. Good for you, Sugar Tits. Good for you. Hey, Parody Bear. No, in all seriousness, Sugar Tits, good for you for, like, sticking with the cartoon Lady Bear and, like, good job.
Although maybe you just like the sound of my voice or you have some furry bear kink. I don't want to fucking think about that. Oh, God. But that's the thing about
furry
being a
bear
woman,
kink.
isn't it? It's a female privilege. The lure of feminine sexuality. One of the most successful ways to grow your channel and become popular is to be a hot bitch. Just to be a hot bitch, willing to show a little bit of cleavage, and no one will really give two shits about what you're saying. You can
That's why I'm trying to make this. I'm trying to break the stereotype. I'm trying to show a little bit of cleavage and make people give a shit about what I'm saying. Is it working? Is it working?
Could even be a very intelligent woman, so long as that's accompanied with being a hot bitch with a low-cut blouse and an excellent rack, then you're really bringing home the bacon. And as I mentioned, all of this plays into the plague that is OnlyFlange models that we see fucking everywhere today, like a STD-ridden haze of whorish locusts clearing crops of cash from simp boys' wallets. Slutting yourself out on the internet has become trendy.
I feel attacked, sugar tits. I feel attacked because I'm quote I feel attacked. I feel slightly called out. Thank you for making me feel uncomfortable there, sugar tits.
And let's be real, most of these women are thick as shit. Dumbasses. They've got nothing else going for them intellectually, so the next best thing they can do to make a quick buck is sell off their bodies like a herd of cattle being ushered into a meat market. With
oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God, I feel fucking horrible right now, even though I know I don't do any of the things that she's claiming, except for sitting here with a low-cut top talking about shit. Other than that, like, oh, I feel so called out. Hello, spittle buggies.
where the buyers jizz all over their udders. Ew. So maybe you've seen this one particular clip of this OnlyFans bitch interviewing her brother.
There's no reason that you need to be failing or getting a D in any classes.
This is coming from an OnlyFans girl. Just take that.
Okay, but like, I chose that, and I'm not ashamed of it. So I don't give a f.
The hell people are.
That's fine. That's their opinion. That has nothing to do with me. I'm not living my life for other people. I'm living my life for me.
Yeah.
So get your grades up.
Okay.
Or else you're...
Really? Okay, so she's out there. Okay, so she is the flaunter. She's one of those, yeah, I do OnlyFans, so what? People. It's the other people who make OF seem like that. It's true, but holy shit. That was uncomfortable listening to that.
Else you're done being in my videos. I'm not living my life for other people. I'm living my life for me.
Really?
So
get your grades up or you're done being in
okay.
my videos?
Or else you're done being in my videos.
Why the fuck is your brother in your videos? Better not be in your OnlyFans videos.
No more money for you.
It went viral a little while ago.
No
and
more
everyone
money for you! That's the brother. The brother knows people are watching. The brother knows. The brother knows that people are watching for that dynamic. So he's like, fine, no more money for you.
Yeah, broing the brother, because he basically told his sister to not grill him about getting bad grades because she's an OnlyFans bitch. Look what you did for a career. Your business is literally being an online skank, and everyone loved it. Let's take a look.
A D is failing.
For you it is, because you're an A+ child.
Right, I am.
Shut the hell up. You're literally doing your career is in only. You can't be talking shit. You're selling pictures of whatever. You can't be saying shit. All that studying was for what?
Oh, so she became... Okay, so she was like an honor roll person. And she became an OnlyFans model. That's what she... Not all OnlyFans girls are whores. True. If you look good, flaunt it. There you go, Johnny. There you go. No, but this girl, she's intelligent. She studied. She had good grades, and she chose to do like
For what?
Pussy.
Oh.
So after this clip went
Oh,
viral,
shit.
she received a shitstorm of negative comments on her
like she has nothing to say. She has nothing to say to her brother at that
Instagram
point.
and social media. Droves of people cheering on her brother for putting his sister in her place. Now, I've checked out her Instagram. Since this clip went viral, I kind of get the feeling that she's playing this up and capitalizing on it. This particular
I'm
video
shocked.
that went viral got her a shit ton of attention. And I seriously think she's milking it. Pardon the pun. Her career is basically built upon milking it, having other people milk it for her. And I do
Yeah.
kind of get the feeling that the brother is playing into this as well. After all, she admits that she's paying for her parents' mortgage and she's buying them houses and she's willing to buy her brother cars and...
Jesus Christ, what are you doing on your OnlyFans that you're getting that kind of... Oh, wait, I don't want to know. You went to Dubai, didn't you, lady? You are one of those girls that went to Dubai, I bet.
and take him to Disneyland and shit. She's basically buying away her family's approval with the vast amount of money she's making. And I get the sense the brother is playing into this a little bit too.
You wouldn't be shit without me.
And you wouldn't be shit without me.
That's I had a platform before you, weirdo. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
No.
You get one nickname, Mr. Fucking Pink, and you think you're him.
And that made you famous.
No, it
Yes.
gave me a little boost, but I didn't need
It
that.
might have
Yes,
given
you
me a
did.
little
No, I
boost.
didn't.
You wouldn't be here without me.
Yes,
Wow.
You sound dumb as
I sound dumb
You
as
sound
fuck.
dumb as
You sound... Really? Your answer to you wouldn't be here without me is you sound dumb as fuck. Yes, I'm sorry, but he's the one who sounds a bit more intelligent.
Okay.
You actually look dumb as shit too.
No, I don't.
Oh, look, you're insulting him too. Because of what he's saying. Yes, that's what smart people do.
Yes, unibrow
Wow,
have
you're
an ass.
you're literally doing only.
And I'm rich. And you're broke. And you ask me for shit.
He's a teenager.
But you don't
of
get me the
course,
shit.
bro.
Can I get this game? Can I get this? Can I get that? How you gonna be mad that I do only but
But you don't get me the thing. That's the problem.
because you act like this.
Because of the whole reason you're famous.
Somebody humble this mother.
But they
Somebody humble this motherfucker. She's barely legal, so there's that too. Ugh, that's true. She's got that like super young kid thing going. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. This is why I don't go and watch porn. Because I have, like, to get to the, like, 1 5-minute video that's worth any type of time to watch, you gotta scroll through all these gross fucking categories, like, stepmom and whatever, or, like, barely legal, or it's like, no, what the fuck?
recently did a follow-up podcast to this viral clip, and in it you can kind of see the cracks slip. You can kind of see that what she does for a living actually really does get under her brother's skin. It actually is really fucking with his mental state. He even breaks down crying about it at the end of one of the clips.
No.
Let's
I have taken care of it. Do not worry.
Okay.
take a look.
She made her brother cry? What the fuck?
We're back.
Yeah, don't forget the other aspect is she's like 20 or something. So there's that aspect. So it's all the weird Indian guys and stuff. Like, I guarantee if you look at most of the accounts that pay her, they're all from overseas.
Well, that's why I'm wondering if she's buying her parents a new house. Did she actually fly over?
Well, no, she could be one of those as well, but who knows? You can only know that by looking at the Instagram photos.
That's true.
So we're not going to go there. So if you see Bali,
Unfortunately.
We're back.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Anyways, all that studying. For what?
We just started. We just started.
Oh, come back. I have a question to ask. No, come back. I have a question to ask.
Okay, so right off the bat, it seems
Wow.
a little rehearsed, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. That was fake. Right there, that was scripted. For sure. That felt very scripted.
Especially from her. She's not exactly a great actress, is
No.
she? He's obviously playing off the viral clip.
Jordan.
He's brought up the grades thing and how basically grades don't mean shit when it comes to her because she became an OnlyFans bitch.
As I said, all that studying For what?
Dude, I'm honestly like, I'm so sick of these comments because it's like, I chose to do this.
Yeah, she sounds very right now what I'm listening to sounds very like practiced.
Like, I don't think you understand. Like,
She's saying like way too much. She's trying to remember what she's supposed to be saying. You can tell she's trying to remember. Sugar Tits is right.
Like, beyond this, I'm well-rounded. I'm educated.
Oh my god. Oh, I just noticed.
Do you know what's really gross? You know what's really weird? Listen to her voice. Do you know who she sounds like?
Like, I don't think you understand. Like, I am, like...
Close your eyes and tell me that doesn't sound like Molly Burke talking.
Honestly, like, I'm so sick of these comments because it's like, I chose to do this. Like, I don't think you understand.
Holy
like,
shit, I've got a bruise on my foot.
Like, beyond this, I'm well-rounded. I'm educated.
Like, listen to that. It sounds, she has the same voice as Molly Burke. That's so weird.
Oh my god. Oh, I just noticed. Why is she fucking sitting like that? Why is her mutt all out like that? Oh, I can't even look at her face anymore. I'm just looking at the mutt cushion coming out of her gym shorts.
Ew, you're sitting with your brother. Put it away. Jesus, that's like doing that in front of your kids. What the fuck?
And here you were thinking we were watching a wholesome podcast about the relationships between sisters and brothers. Hell no, this is just another glorified promotion of her mutt. It's like, oh, hey everyone, I'm just here talking to my brother. Oh, wait, my vagina is right in your fucking face. And I'm wearing pink too, because my vagina is pink. And I know you like my pink vagina. And I totally didn't put the camera...
What the fuck did I do to my foot last night? It hurts so bad.
Vagina eye level, so that the main feature of this fucking video is my glorified skanky twat.
Half of the shit that I do is because I choose to do it.
Clamshell.
So all you out there, I'm probably smarter than you. I've made it this far at 21.
Gym shorts and... Oh, short shorts and pinky spanks. Yeah, this is a hoe. Yeah, like, this is... She sounds... Ugh.
Without a college degree, however the I did it doesn't
like
matter.
I can't unhear that now. I can't unhear the similarity in voice to that certain blind YouTuber.
I bet you if only went away tomorrow, I would still find a way to be successful.
Almost exactly.
No matter what.
With the squeaky voice and everything, I can't fucking unhear this.
Like,
now.
All that studying for what? Like, bro, half of the billionaires didn't go to college.
Yeah, but half of the billionaires didn't exactly become online skanks, though, did they?
Yeah.
Just because I'm monetizing on a platform that's booming today.
I have to agree. There are similarities, and in fairness, I don't watch Molly Burke's content as much as I used to. I still get notifications, though. I'm not a... I try to show people that Molly is not a monolith. She likes to show that blind people are a monolith, but I try to do the opposite. But yeah, she sounds so
Doesn't mean I'm
crueler.
Someone's a little mad.
Shut up.
Someone's a little mad. I will give the brother that. He is good at twisting the knife and pissing her off. That's very good older sister, little brother dynamics.
Yes, that you can definitely tell that these two are real siblings. And the little brother definitely has a better camera presence than the sister.
And as I said, at the start, this seems very rehearsed, like they're playing on this whole viral act. But as they start to engage, their natural relationship starts to come out, as they forget about the camera rolling, especially the brother in this. He starts to become more of a smartass, and eventually you'll see his emotions start to come out when he describes how this is truly bothering him.
I don't know why you're so set on going to college. Like, just don't, be an entrepreneur like me and be successful that way.
Entrepreneur?
An entrepreneur. I'm sorry. as somebody who also has an OnlyFans page, you cannot call yourself an entrepreneur. You have more of a better shot of calling yourself an entrepreneur as a YouTuber that like creates and films content and like tries to do some research and like build a community of people. That I would say you have a better chance of saying I am a YouTuber or I'm an entrepreneur. But there are more blind women posting now, though. There are. And it's great.
Yeah, that's right. Entrepreneur, you're a glorified dick popper.
You only. That's not being an entrepreneur.
Yes, it is. It's a business.
You sell pictures.
No,
online.
it's
That's
not. Okay, you can. Does the person who opens up a Tim Hortons franchise call themselves an entrepreneur? They have a business. That's basically what you've done. You're franchising an OnlyFans. You're not a freaking entrepreneur. Oh my god.
Being an entrepreneur.
Okay, well, if you think I'm not a f***ing entrepreneur, let's go band for band.
Band for band.
Let's go band for band. I'm gonna.
What
I
the
bought down
fuck
a
does
fucking
band for band mean? I'm sorry, that's not. She's not an entrepreneur. You look up the definition of the word entrepreneur, and it's not her. Nope.
I'm about to pay off mom's f***ing mortgage. I'll pay for your f***ing college. If you don't think that's a f***ing entrepreneur, then I don't know what the f*** is.
It's okay. Again, you can have a business that makes money, but there are other ways to have businesses besides like creating from scratch, from the ground up, a business. Okay? Like, that's what an entrepreneur is. An entrepreneur is someone who like creates something from the ground up. Like, the creator of the actual site, OnlyFans, would be an entrepreneur. Okay? You are not. In fact, even a YouTuber is not an entrepreneur. I take that back. The creators of YouTube who then sold it to Google would be entrepreneurs. Okay? Everybody here that makes content on YouTube and gets paid for it are basically fucking franchise holders. Yeah, as the photographer and all and out poster, technically I'm the entrepreneur. Yeah.
That's just
It's ridiculous.
That I make through the business of OnlyFans.
That's not entrepreneurship.
Yeah, but it's the business, not being an entrepreneur.
See, this kid with his D grades is still like, that's a business. That's not being an entrepreneur. There's a difference.
Whatever, I'm not gonna argue with it.
Whatever, I'm not gonna argue with you because I'm too stupid. I'm one of those people who studied and read books, but I didn't actually understand what I studied and read. I just absorbed it and went back onto the exam picture.
You know what sickens me the most, though, of
What?
being the photographer and doing all that shit? All of it's mine. All of the photos, everything. It's all mine. It's all my works. It's all my photos. It's all my camera work, right? Everything. The bird photos, everything that I post.
Yeah.
According to Reddit, it's not. According to what people think and what people believe, the subject of the photo is who owns all of it.
Yeah, no.
That's not true at all.
That's like saying that the...
You know why I'm so... Well, no. Do you know why I'm so limited? I am so limited to where I can post because of that rule. Because people think that the photographer doesn't count as the human.
So, that's like saying...
No.
It's like saying Da Vinci's not the artist because the art is the... What the fuck?
Yeah, it's the same concept, yes.
What the
yeah. The subject is supposedly the owner of the intellectual property.
That's retarded.
Yeah, and photographers have to fight this constantly.
That is
This is why else I don't post that much.
That just broke my brain. I can't imagine. Like, what the fuck? More like contractor. Yeah. Yeah, the candy company. Oopaville. With the candy company. That's an entrepreneur. The YouTubers that come up with like the candies and the stuff that they've like create companies and shit for. That's an entrepreneur.
I'm not 10!
Right, so she's starting to piss him off. And here in these next couple of clips, we'll take a look at how her OnlyFans career is really affecting him in his own life.
What's the best and worst part about being my brother?
The best part, I get to go to Disneyland. You like take me.
Is she eating while they're doing this podcast?
The best part, I get to go to Disneyland. You like take me places, which is really fun. I like that.
Yeah, so...
She's eating.
I get to go to Disneyland. You like take me places, which is really fun. I like that.
Yeah, so she buys a lot of shit. Buys his affection. And
she literally, well, you buy me stuff. That's the cool thing about being your brother. You buy me things. No, Pink Hollow's the photographer, Jordan. Yeah, no, Pink Hollow's the photographer, but he, like, everybody accuses him of, like, the best part is when they accuse him of exploitation. It's like, what the fuck?
And approval.
The worst part, you're just getting way too famous.
Period.
I wouldn't glow too much, love. It's
worst part, you're just getting way too famous.
Period.
Wow. You're getting too big. And she's all happy.
I wouldn't glow too much, love. It's pretty much your pussy that's more famous than your face.
Yeah.
And I've been getting name called a lot more at school. Some random girl said, "See you later, Pinky."
Oof. Ouch. So because she flaunts it so much, everybody at school knows. And why are my children doing this? Anyway.
Pinky.
Pinky. Pink. Pink. And then
Well, it's only going up from here, so I'm only going to become more famous.
Wow, you really care about your brother, don't you?
Anyway, real quick, back to the subject at hand. So it is contract work.
Okay.
The entire thing. Any of these platforms, all across the board. This is the other problem people don't understand. To clarify what I'm saying in chat, because I'm not in the mood for typing.
Right.
When you submit, okay, your contracts that you state, it is actually a contract to the entrepreneur company, okay? That's the mistake that people make. The coffee guys, the guys that have the coffee companies,
yeah,
that's it. Side businesses, Keemstar, entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Okay? Me? No. Well, me because business, but you know.
No.
But when it comes to the IPs and all of that, and it comes to property and it comes to all of this, you sign a contract that says, I will give you my works for a cut of your revenue.
Mm-hmm.
People have that backwards when they talk about it. They think the revenue that you receive is 100% yours, and it's the other way around.
Right.
They just have it worded badly. But yeah, you sign a contract with OF, with YouTube, with Rumble, with everybody that says, I will take a portion, I will take some money to give you all of my work. That's the same thing.
So that's why it's really stupid when Myron cries about demonetization, because he broke the contract.
Yeah, that's what a terms of service is. It's your contract. And yes, is it a dick move that they keep changing the contract and moving the goalposts? Yes. Should they stop doing it? Yes. Will they?
No.
Deal with it. Don't be so sensitive. Like a little bit.
Whoa, that's your brother, dude. He's basically being called a pussy because you're showing yours everywhere and you don't keep it under wraps. And you're like, oh well, it's just gonna get worse. Like, what is the matter with you? Why would you even think that that's okay? Like, this is what I'm, like, some siblings just don't understand what it is to be a sister. Like, you clearly don't know what it means to be the older sibling.
So he's laughing off the whole Pinky remark. Now I'll explain this Pinky thing to you. So he's getting shit from girls and random people at his school back home. They're calling him Pinky. And basically, what Pinky is her twat. See,
Yeah, I called it. He's literally being called her vagina.
she does posts on her social media about how her twat is dyed pink.
Honestly, I'm gonna say it. I'm kind of tired of the it's pink thing. Like, I think I want to dye it like a different color. Is that possible? Like, can I? Probably not with like hair dye, but like I'm thinking more of like a purple. Green would be green. No one's ever had a green.
What the fuck is the matter with you? Why are you talking about this with your brother? And why are you okay with your brother being called your vagina by his peers? And why is your response to that, don't be so sensitive, it's only gonna get worse. I'm only gonna go up from here. Don't be such a bitch. Like, why is that first of all, how about you clean up you don't have to be a raunchy fucking whore on OnlyFans. You really don't. Like, you can clean up your content and still make money. You don't have to. Oh my god.
So maybe we'll try it out with some food coloring because I know it'll come out. But do you think it'll have let's look it up. Can you put food coloring on your Siri, can you put food coloring on your it says no, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Wow, you're an idiot. Can you eat a Tide Pod? Please? Can you please eat a Tide Pod or like maybe the whole container of Tide Pods?
Cause society and what they say you can and can't do.
Yeah, it's society that's saying you can't put food coloring on your pussy. It's not fucking safety and like the Food and Drug Administration. And no, it's just society trying to keep you down.
And he's getting bullied at school for this. He's getting shit about this. In another clip we're about to...
And apparently she doesn't care. Apparently he's being a bitch because she's posting shit like this on her socials. Okay? Not just her OnlyFans, but her socials. So that people that aren't paying for her shit can see it. And like, what the fuck? Like, she's...
about to see here, she talks about how she asks her brother every now and then about what is the worst, most fucked up thing that's happened to you recently. How bad have you been bullied because your sister is a glorified online skankatron? And she's mortified to hear that his friends, or not friends, whatever, have been showing him videos of her OnlyFans account.
How did his friends get them? Whose credit card did they steal? And also, how are you not fucking going through with your brother and going, okay, do you recognize any of these names? You do? Okay, block that one, block that one, block that one. What? Why are you allowing this shit?
She is mortified to learn that her brother has seen pictures of her naked. Pictures and videos of her doing dirty shit.
Hey, what's the craziest story you have this month about?
Can you paint roast beef? I thought it was only hair. Yeah, that will go over about as well as Kappa did.
Me having an only. Like, what's the craziest thing that's happened to you?
Okay, so this random kid I don't even know came up to me and he was like, "Is this your sister?" and showed me a picture.
Okay, alright.
Wait, no, I'm not finished yet. Wait, I'm not finished.
I don't want to know that.
Finish the story. Alright, so basically what happened was he came up to me and showed me a picture, but it wasn't just a picture of what I thought. It was actually a video.
Alright, I gotta go. Bye. I can't hear that. I can't hear that. What video? I don't want to know.
So you hang up on, you ask your brother and then you hang up on him because you don't actually want to hear what your brother has to say. She probably has a free page also and posts all of her shit to Twitter and Reddit. You're probably right.
Oh, he texted me. I'll just buy him a car for his birthday. He'll be fine.
What the fuck?
I can't hear that. What video? I don't want to know. Oh, he texted me. I'll just buy him a car for his birthday. He'll be fine. This shit's really starting to have some backlash, huh?
And that.
No shit. Maybe you should stop, like, posting shit about your food-colored pussy on social media that your brother's friends can see. What the fuck is the matter with you?
That is the reality of it, isn't it? You're putting this stuff out there for the whole world to see, to anyone who's willing to pay for it. And fuck knows why any of you would want to pay for it in the first place. But the thing is, anyone can see it, even if they don't want to. Like your poor brother here. And of course he's gonna get bullied about it. Of course they're gonna be showing this shit to him. Of course they are going to be torturing him.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to see my sister on OF. No. Hey, yo, that's some Alabama stuff, right? I'll just buy him a car for his
videos of your nasty vag and asshole. So this next clip, we see him talking a little bit more about how her career is affecting his life.
So do you just come on here to piss me off? Like, you're
Wow.
supposed to be my brother.
No,
You're supposed to be my brother and do everything I say and agree with everything I do.
Like, you're supposed to show me love, not be against me.
I come on here to tell you the truth.
What the fuck are you talking about? What's the truth?
So when you leave here to go to Miami, you're living out your life. But
Yeah,
then
I'm
you just
living my
forget
life.
you just forget whatever happens in North Carolina and what happens to me at school. Like I get like bullied, but not like bullied, like punched at, but people just say shit and that pisses me off. And like I just wish that stopped because whatever you doing here affects me at North Carolina.
So why do you still come here then?
Because
You don't
it's
have
better
to
than
be-
North Carolina.
That's what I'm saying though, but you don't have to be a part
You don't
of
have to be
this.
filming videos with me.
Jesus.
Bro, I'm not holding you hostage. You can leave.
Okay, I will then.
Oh, wow. You don't. I'm not holding you hostage. You can fucking leave. I'm having fucking flashbacks here. This is. Fuck.
Give me the fuck out of here. No, I'm done. Give me the fuck out of here.
Shit got real quick, didn't it? It is interesting to watch the whole facade melt away and to look at what lies underneath. Oh, we're just having fun here. We're making videos. We're making content. We're getting paid. You're getting shit out of it. I'm paying for stuff for you. I'm taking you to Disneyland. And he's like, yeah, cool. I'll accept the material shit. Whatever. But deep down, this is really bothering him. Deep down, this is affecting his mental state.
Yeah, he's not okay with what's going on, and if she was like a little less like in your face with this and a little less, you know, just flaunting it, this is ugh. If there's minors watching and buying it, needs to be reported instantly. Yep. But like for her to be this crazy and this uncaring.
and is making his life back at home hell. And this starts to register with her.
Did you actually mean what you said in that viral clip?
Yeah. You're twisting shit in my life.
How?
Like, I wanted to become a dentist, but with the shit that's out on the internet, I can't.
Yeah, you can.
No, he can't. He literally can't. Because it will come back to him, and people will be like, oh, is this your sister? Oh, we don't want to associate with you if your sister is doing this. And this is why I don't do the content that these people, this is why I have the line that I have. This is why I don't have like the free page and then the premium page. This is why there's only certain things that go out on like Twitter and shit, because it's legal to be topless where I live. So like sometimes I post topless pictures because that's legal, right? And if you're walking around and a child sees you, that's legal. That's not indecent exposure. So it basically, like, I'd stick to that rule. If it wouldn't be considered illegal or indecent exposure, or like if I wouldn't do it in front of my children, I wouldn't post it for free access. Do you know what I mean? That's the rule.
I physically can't.
Okay, that's a bit weird.
But like and that's not to say I walk around showing my tits to my kids, but I'm saying like you have that line. Like you and she doesn't have that line. It seems like she just have this, I'm just gonna do what I want and post what I want anywhere I want and fuck whatever happens because I'm getting shitloads of money for it.
Weird. I mean, you can still become a dentist. I don't know how your sister's mutt and tits affects being a dentist.
Well, if you're in a place like North Carolina, which is pretty Christian, and it's a small enough town, he probably couldn't become a dentist. Because everybody and their son and their uncle would know, like, that's the kid whose sister does what she does, right? Like, he probably could become a dentist, but he'd probably have to move to some, like, big city where nobody knows him. That he would have to completely uproot his life and move to a place where he could be anonymous.
People are putting shit out on the internet that's not true. But that doesn't matter because people will believe anything. No?
I mean, I guess.
YouTube Shorts is worse than
Everything
TikTok.
up in my life.
Yup.
Like friendships and stuff?
Kinda, yeah. Let's say that.
Christian.
Let's see. Minors, or there are systems in place to catch minors. There are systems in place on OF itself. Minors getting cut are a discussion among creators, but X, IG, Snapchat, etc. don't even have close to those safeguards. YouTube Shorts is worse than TikTok. There's a difference between knowing what you are doing and not caring about the consequences of other people you care about, right? Exactly.
I never once thought by doing friendships and stuff? I mean, I guess.
You're f***ing everything up in my life.
Like friendships and stuff?
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah. Let's say that.
Christian, I never once thought by doing this that it was gonna mess anything up.
You never once thought that by having free access to like all of your shit was gonna mess shit up? Like you can do OnlyFans in a small town without Perky Pokey, what's up? You don't have to, like, you can do OF in a small town. You don't have to flaunt everything all over the place in order to do it in an OF, but she did, and now her brother is getting really badly affected.
Oh, and that is a window into how vain of a person you are.
Yep.
If you seriously thought that putting your naked images all over the internet would never ever affect your family members. You are deluded and, quite frankly, selfish.
I have nothing else to say.
Oh shit.
So the kid looks like he's on the verge of tears. He had to get the fuck out of there and take a break. Yeah, so that's been a little sneak peek
Damn.
into the lives of OF bitches and how their actions affect the relationships in their lives.
And that's what I mean, like, I kind of feel called out with this video because I do OF, but I know I'm not, like, part of that crew of people that acts that way. And I've been accused of being that way. I read you that TikTok message from the other day, like the message request. But I'm gonna guess the whole family is narcissistic as fuck. Both of them are. What about me? That is true, but I don't know. I feel kind of called out with this, even though I know that I'm not that type of OnlyFans creator, but I just still feel kind of like, So before I go into our next video, I'm going to quickly grab more coffee because I'm out of coffee. And then we're going to get into the Carl Jobs video that I have, because he's finally going to trial against Billy Mitchell. So, yeah, we're going to watch that. We're going to watch that next. So, stay tuned for that. If you need coffee, go get it. And if you want to make me do some jumping jacks, you can throw some shekels at the Streamlabs link in the description. I'll be right back. Let me hit the thing and hit the other thing. Okay. We are back. Let's do this thing. Okay. So, Carl Jobst is finally going to trial against Billy Mitchell. This has been a long time coming. So let's quickly take a look at this and see what he's talking about.
Bitter war of Donkey Kong has exploded, with controversy over a high score making it all the way to a Queensland courtroom. An American video game champion is suing a Brisbane YouTuber over cheating claims.
Hello, you absolute legends. As many of you know, back in 2021, con artist of the century Billy Mitchell sued me for defamation, claiming damages of almost $500,000. For almost 3 years, this ridiculous lawsuit has dragged on, and for the past year, I've been desperately trying to get a trial date as soon as possible. The sooner we can go to trial, the
Sometimes I wish I had money. I ran out of beer. Oh, that guy? Yep.
The sooner this will all be over and we can all move on.
I
But every
hope
step
that-
of the
I wish
way,
the trial
Billy
would
has
be
been doing
public.
everything in his power to delay trial as much as possible. You would think it would be the opposite way. Billy is the plaintiff. He's the one that's supposed to be desperate for the court to step in and give him a resolution.
Yeah, except Billy knows he's wrong. So now he doesn't want the trial to go, especially since he lost against Twin Galaxies.
But no, he's
Oh,
the one...
I'm sorry. Settled with Twin Galaxies.
always running away. In fact, he got so bad that even Australian news outlets were reporting on the fact that Billy was saying he couldn't attend trial when we were asking him to. However, thankfully, a trial date has recently been set by the judge. As it stands, Billy and I will be going to trial starting September 16, and the trial is scheduled for 6 days.
Is it gonna be public? Are we gonna be able to watch it, Carl? Because if it's gonna be public, I will watch the shit out of that.
This is
My kids will be in school by then. I can watch the shit out of that. I can stream that.
only 4 months away, and personally, I cannot wait. This has
Neither
already
can
gone
I.
on far too long, and is a huge waste of everyone's time and money. But it does look like we will get a resolution pretty soon, which is great news. Now, when I announced this on Twitter, a lot of people had questions. Is it possible that me and Billy will settle before trial? Billy settled with Twin Galaxies earlier this year, and everyone hated that. Is it possible I might do the same?
Nope.
Everyone wants to see Billy lose, but is he going to just wriggle his way out once again? What will happen if Billy loses? Will there be any repercussions? What happens if he wins? In this video, I will answer these questions. Plus, we will take a quick look at a few of the things we will be arguing about in court.
I bet you Carl's not gonna take it. If Billy comes to Carl and says, "Can we settle?" Carl's probably gonna go, no.
And some of the things Billy is trying to claim are insane. For example, and I swear to God this is real, Billy is trying to claim that he was never banned from Twin Galaxies for cheating. Yes, the guy who was banned from Twin Galaxies for cheating and sued Twin Galaxies for $10 million because they banned him for cheating is
Has
claiming
never
in
been
his
banned for
lawsuit against
cheating.
me that he was never banned from Twin Galaxies for cheating.
Wow. It's in records. It's been proven that you cheated and that you were banned for cheating. What the hell are you talking about, dude? Do you not think that the judge and everybody else is gonna have access to that? Like, what the...
The lies never stop, and this is why trial is going to be so exciting. All of this will go before the judge, and it will be epic. Or, as I asked before, will Billy be able to weasel his way out? Let's find out. I really hope you enjoy. Now, legends, we are all huge Billy Mitchell fans here, and I know most of you are wondering, how on earth does Billy maintain such beautiful hair and skin? Well, I don't know Billy's secret for sure, so I can only assume it's because he's using today's video sponsor, Geology. Geology is the bee's knees when it comes to looking and smelling your absolute best. Personally, my skin is super oily, so I need to use Geology's everyday face wash or my face looks and feels gross. Plus, I use their nourishing eye cream because I have massive black eyes from not getting enough sleep. But if you have problems with dry skin or acne, Geology is perfect for that too. Plus, they have a whole range of products including body washes.
People seriously think I get beat or that I'm on drugs because of the darkness around my eyes, and it's also because of the prosthetics.
Deodorants and hair shampoos and conditioners, and they all smell incredible. The process is super simple. Just take the 30-second quiz and Geology will send a personalized routine right to your door. And right now, you can get 100% off your first order.
Shit.
Yes, that is a free trial of their award-winning skincare routine. All you need to pay is the $4.95 shipping. Plus, they will give you an additional 50% off an extra product of your choice. Just click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen and use code CarlJobs100. This is an amazing offer, so don't miss out. When Billy Mitchell settled with
Double down and take all his money. Yep, exactly. Right, Spittle Buggies?
Galaxies back in January, the entire world wept. What we all want more than anything is for Billy to have his ass handed to him in court. We want to see a real, bona fide loss. Honestly, at this point, Billy's lawsuit against me is the world's last chance to see this epic defeat happen. If Billy loses to me, it will be devastating for multiple reasons, which I will get into shortly. So this is really important that it does go to trial, and I do my very best to serve Billy the loss he so desperately deserves. But he has settled before, and not just with Twin Galaxies, with the YouTuber Apollo Legend as well. And both times the public was very upset. Is there
I forgot about the Apollo Legend thing.
any chance the same might happen with me? The answer is almost certainly no. There is a big difference between Billy's lawsuits in America and his lawsuit against me, which is in Australia. In America, even if you win as the defendant, there is no guarantee you'll get any of the court.
What? No way, you could definitely beat up Pink Hollow.
Court costs back. You might have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars defending yourself, and when you win, you get absolutely nothing.
Yep.
This is why in America, settling is a very tempting resolution, and this is why Twin Galaxies decided to settle. It was just a lot cheaper. In Australia, things are different. Here, almost always, the loser is ordered to pay the court costs of the winner.
Same in Canada. If you have a civil and even sometimes criminal case against somebody, you will have to pay their court costs if you lose. Like in family court, for example, if there's a custody case done and any subsequent, like, especially if you're in contempt of the custody order, any subsequent visits to court, the person in contempt will have to pay the court fees of the other parent.
I'm pretty confident that I'm going to win. So from my perspective, it seems silly to settle because I believe I will be successful and I believe that Billy will be ordered to pay back most of my costs.
Yep.
It's not 100% of my costs, however. The judge can award standard costs or indemnity costs. Standard cost is more common, and usually the winning party would get back around 60 to 70% of their costs.
I'd say it's worth eating 30% of the legal fees to make Billy Mitchell lose. And I think Carl's probably along the same line of thinking.
But in some circumstances, the judge can award indemnity costs, which would be up to 95% of costs incurred. If I do win, I think indemnity costs are more likely for reasons which I won't go over in this video.
Probably because he's defamed you. If there was no defamation involved, then you probably wouldn't think indemnity cost would happen. But since he's defamed Carl, the judge may go for the indemnity cost.
But in any case, the most important thing to realize is that this lawsuit, including trial, will have cost me around $500,000. This means if Billy loses, he will almost certainly be required to pay me hundreds of thousands of dollars to cover my expenses.
Yep.
This is obviously a big deal, and I would be stupid to accept any settlement that didn't also include the payment of all of my costs.
Yeah, there is no reason for Carl to accept a settlement here. It's not like this is a big thing where you're suing this like a city and the city goes, hey, instead of going to trial and you fighting our giant team of lawyers, how about we pay you $800,000? That's not the same thing. This is not even close to the same thing as that. So Carl would have absolutely no reason to settle with
given that I think the judge will award them to me at trial. So the chances of me and Billy settling before trial are extremely low, and I don't foresee any circumstance in which that happens. Billy can't just drop the lawsuit either. If he does try to run away before trial or simply avoids it, he will lose by default, and will still need to compensate me for my expenses.
Yep, there's either he wins by showing up and going through or loses by showing up and going through the trial, or loses by default.
This lawsuit will go to trial, and the only way for Billy to avoid it is to simply lose before that even happens. If I were Billy, I would be shitting myself, because if he loses, he will lose big. And right now, things aren't looking good. In saying that, nothing is certain in the legal system.
Is the audio doing anything weird for you guys? The continued lies after the lawsuit helps the case. True.
System, and there is also a non-zero chance that somehow Billy wins. If that happens, I would need to pay back some of his costs, though it would almost certainly be on the standard costs basis. I don't know what Billy has spent so far, but based on the poor quality of work by his lawyers, it's probably less than half of what I've spent on mine. And while my loss seems unlikely, I would be an idiot if I didn't prepare for it. I've been privileged enough to have a lot of financial help from members of the public and people like Notch who have donated a tremendous amount of money, but this only covers my own legal expenses. It doesn't cover any of the damages I would have to pay or any of the legal costs Billy has incurred.
In my earbuds, there's like this weird clicking noise that's making his voice glitch. It's very odd.
I'm not getting any output on me. It might be your connection to your Bluetooth.
Maybe. It's only been with this video, though. It's very strange.
This might end up being hundreds of thousands of dollars on top of what I've already spent. Again, it's extremely unlikely, but I've done the best I could to earn enough money to survive the worst case scenario.
Yeah, Carl's doing pretty good. Like, I would think. Things are going okay for Carl. He puts out videos quite, like, on a good regular schedule. He's like, I would say Carl's probably okay with this. Like, thank you, Darkestia. I'll be playing some MK later tonight. Here, I am going to put these in their case for a second and then take them out, because I think it might be the connection to the Bluetooth. Okay, let's try this again, because voiceover was getting a little bit funky too. Come on, there we go. Oh, come on.
And I'm happy to say that if the worst case scenario does eventuate, me and my family will survive. The lawsuit has taken an extreme mental toll on me, and it's affected this channel as well. I'm not free to just make the videos I want to make. Whenever I make a video, I have to consider the lawsuit, and if the video will be popular enough to cover my expenses. And the lawsuit takes up so much of my mental energy and attention, it's hard to think about anything else.
That really sucks. That, like, he wants to make more videos than he is, but because of the lawsuit, he's got to be careful what he says. He's got to be, oh, thank you for the biddies with the show love emojis. But yeah, it's like wanting to make the more videos than you can, feeling stressed and worn down, even though you're pretty sure you're gonna win. it's still something that is stressful.
That's one of the reasons I make so many Billy Mitchell videos. I spend so much time researching Billy for the sake of my own defense that it's hard to work on other projects. I do the best I can, but a lot of the time I just try to kill two birds with one stone and take what I've learned about Billy to make videos and use that to fund my legal expenses and prepare for the worst.
That makes sense. And I wonder if he can use any of his videos in the legal trial.
Now, let's take a look at some of the things I will be arguing at trial. Obviously, I'm not going to cover everything here, and don't worry, I'm not going to spill any secrets or give away any strategies.
Oh, please, I really hope this trial is public. It probably won't be, but still.
Everything I mention here will be public information and already known to both parties. There are multiple ways to defend a defamation claim in Australia that go beyond just proving what you said was true or that it wasn't defamatory. One of them is to say that Billy didn't have a good reputation to begin with, so it's not possible that it caused him any damage. Before I published the video in question, it was already well established that Billy was a cheater. He had already been sued for fraud by Twin Galaxies, and I had already covered all of this in previous videos.
They made a fucking movie and had a character, a cheating character, that everybody knew was Billy Mitchell, and that movie was called Pixels. And nobody got, like, you think Billy, oh my, I would have loved if Billy tried to sue them for that movie.
Billy himself has already proven that his reputation was destroyed long before I ever talked about him, and he proved this by suing Twin Galaxies for $11 million in 2 states. He sued Apollo Legend for $1 million, and he sued Jeremy Young, Jeff Harris, and the Donkey Kong Forum for $3 million. In all of those lawsuits, he claims that his reputation was destroyed by their statements.
Well, maybe if he hadn't lied and then tried to sue people for telling the truth, then maybe he would be okay. I don't know what to tell him. He did this himself.
He can't have his cake and eat it too.
Nope.
He can't say that...
Break in 1 minute on the Twitch side.
Okay.
And there's, in order, squats, raises, and then stretching.
Okie dokie, then I will do that right now. Before the ad break. Yeah. During the ad break.
That Twin Galaxies destroyed his career in his lawsuit in America, and then come over to Australia and say that his reputation was amazing and I destroyed it once again.
That's not gonna work. You can't have a good reputation in one country and a bad reputation. It doesn't work
That doesn't
way.
make any sense, but that's exactly what Billy is doing. If I can establish that Billy had a bad reputation to begin with, it doesn't matter if I can or can't prove any of my claims against him, because you can't damage what is already completely destroyed. But in saying that, there is a lot I can prove, and I will attempt to do so at trial. I will prove that Billy was publicly exposed for cheating, and that he was banned by Twin Galaxies because of his cheating. Everyone will hear this claim and think there is no possible way Billy would try to deny this, because it's an obvious fact.
Except Billy will try to deny this because that's all he does, is deny obvious facts. That's just what it is that he does. Alright, it's been a minute. Let's do the squats, the side raises, and the stretching. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hi, hips. How are you doing? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. Hips hurting. Okay. Back to the live scene.
Well, believe it or not, he is denying this. Billy is claiming that he was never publicly exposed for cheating and that he wasn't banned by Twin Galaxies. What's hilarious about this is that Billy argues in his own court documents from his American lawsuits that Twin Galaxies banned him for cheating and it caused him to get roasted publicly.
So wait, he says that he didn't get banned for cheating, but he then wrote in his American lawsuit that he did get banned for cheating. So which one is it?
I mean, it's literally the reason for his lawsuits against them. So he argues one thing in America and then argues the complete opposite in Australia. I don't know why he thinks this is a good idea, because I'm just going to use his own filings to show that he is a deceptive liar who's trying to play both sides. I'm also going to argue that he expressed joy at the thought of the YouTuber Apollo legend's death.
Wow, I forgot about that too. Holy shit. I've been so focused on the Twin Galaxies and Carl Jobs thing that I forgot about the Apollo legend thing.
This is obviously a terrible thing. And not only did he imply he was going to smile and giggle if Apollo legend died, but he also said that he hoped it was true. This was in 2018, which was 2 years before Apollo legend actually died. At this time, Billy had only heard that he had died from his wife, and he was gleefully texting about it to his friends. Billy's defense to this is that Apollo legend didn't die until 2020, so Billy only thought Apollo legend had died, which makes his text okay. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he wasn't actually. I thought he was already dead. I didn't know. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally okay that I said that.
Yes, this really is Billy's defense.
Wow.
I'm also going to show that Billy abuses the legal system to try and silence people and force them to recognize his scores.
Yeah.
For example, when he threatened Guinness World Records with a lawsuit if they didn't reinstate his scores, and they ended up folding. You may be asking why any of this is relevant, and it's because it all damages his reputation. It doesn't matter if he can show that I was incorrect on one thing. Even if he were to prove that I was wrong about a specific claim, there are many other claims that were true and also damaged his reputation.
And I don't think there's going to be anything that Billy can say that Carl was wrong about and prove it. And like, especially something that Carl didn't find himself and correct. And I don't even think there was anything like that. Like, if and it seems to me that if there was, that Carl would say, you know, hey, I made this video saying this and I was incorrect about it. Let me set the record straight. So Billy's got really nothing.
So as a whole, any incorrect claim I may have made didn't cause any extra damage. There are multiple barriers that Billy has to get through in order to be successful. He has to show that something that I said wasn't true and that it was defamatory. He then needs to prove that his reputation was damaged by that specific claim and has to prove those damages. From my side, I'm going to argue that what I said wasn't defamatory, that Billy's reputation was already terrible, and that I've said so many damaging things about him that were true and that I can prove that even if he did show that one thing I said was wrong, it didn't make a difference.
And as I said, there's really going to be nothing that Carl decided that was wrong.
And there are other very important things on top of this that I won't discuss until after trial happens. Right. But I assure you that I will break it all down in more detail once it's over. One thing people have also asked is what happens if Billy loses and decides not to pay my costs? He is in America after all, and this would be an Australian judgment. Well, thankfully, the state of Florida where Billy lives does recognize foreign judgments.
Ha ha ha! Bum bum bum, sucker!
So we would be able to go after him through the Florida court system. It's a bit more work for us, but the important takeaway is that he won't be able to escape. And besides, if Billy did try to run and avoid paying, that's going to stick with him forever. Yeah. First, his whole persona as a successful businessman would be destroyed, because we would all know he actually has no money. And secondly, I would never ever let the world forget what he did. The world needs Billy to lose. Not only would Billy need to pay me a lot of money if he loses, but we will also have an official ruling by a judge on a lot of these issues. This is because this particular trial will be decided by a judge and not a jury. So a judge is going to examine all of the evidence, and a judge will give his ruling and opinion on all of these issues. So if a judge rules that Billy was exposed for cheating, this opinion will be cemented in writing and will carry a lot of weight. If Billy loses this lawsuit, the judge's opinion is going to be very damaging for him. And that's another reason why I think it was very stupid for Billy to have started these proceedings. This is probably my last update on my own lawsuit until the trial. The next few months are obviously going to be very stressful for me and my family, so I'm probably going to work a bit less and will try to relax and distract myself as much as possible. I would love any and all support until then. You can support me by clicking on my videos when you see them, by leaving a comment, by not skipping my sponsors, and by sending some good energy over my way. I really appreciate it. September 16. Mark your calendars. This is going to be big. Thank you so much for watching, you legends. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video.
As I said, I really hope that this is a public trial. I don't know what the Australian court system is like, if they do civil cases like this publicly. I don't know. Hey, Cannibalistic Wizard! I don't know if they will publicly do the trial because of how well known it is. I'm just not sure, but I definitely will be keeping an eye on that trial because, oh man, that looks really, really, really cool. So apparently Charlie found something about Pokimane and her editor. I don't know what the hell is Pokimane. I don't know what Pokimane's editor is like. I don't know what the whole situation is. This is why I like to watch videos like this because I don't know. Hopefully Billy loses again. Couldn't happen to a nicer ass hat. Right? I would hope Billy loses again. But apparently Charlie has discovered something about Pokimane's editor. And apparently it's a crazy situation. So Charlie, with his access to things that I don't have access to, with screenshots and such like, let's find out what he's discovered.
Crazy clip from Pokimane's stream going viral right now that I really want to talk about. But it also made me want to speak on a story I've never told about an experience I've had that's somewhat similar to the one she describes here, at least in terms of creepiness. Okay. And, well, now I finally have a reason to get that baby off my chest here, so that's going to be cathartic. Let's dive in.
Many, many years ago, when I was, like, super omega active on YouTube.
What does super omega active mean? Why does she have to say things like that?
And I was working with a lot of different editors. There was one editor in particular that I would work with a lot because his edits were really, really good. But he had one major problem, which was that sometimes out of nowhere, his videos would just be like a week or two late.
Okay.
Months go by, and he messages me out of the blue, and he says, "Hey, do you have time to talk? I'm ready to finally tell you why I've been struggling so much with deadlines."
Oh boy. Oh boy. Why does this sound like it's gonna be some like really crazy convoluted story? I like my dog died, and then my aunt died in a fire, and like turns out that it wasn't just my aunt, it was my entire family. Like, why does it feel like it's gonna be some weird ass shit like that?
In the history of the human race, I don't think there has ever been a good ending to the sentence, "Hey, do you have a minute to talk?"
Yeah.
That always precedes the most vile
That's
shit
never
you'll
bad.
ever hear in your
Or
life.
that's never
I can't
good.
even.
Do you have a minute to talk? No. No, I don't. No. Pokimane is always open top down. Oh god.
Even imagine a situation where you'd hear that sentence and think anything other than the most negative thing you'll ever hear is about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, imagine you're in heaven and the Lord pulls you aside right in front of the pearly gates and he says, "Hey, you got a minute to talk?"
Nope.
Well, you immediately assume you're just going to hell. Like, there's just no world where that sentence ever precedes good news.
No.
Tell me why he proceeds to tell me that the reason why he would sometimes turn around videos a week or two late is because he couldn't stop touching himself. I was trying to pick which word to use. To me, his, in a way, employer of many, many months.
Okay. I don't know what to say to that, other than, is she even relevant anymore? Apparently. You have a minute to talk, you're no longer employed. Hey, yo! Right? That's not what I was expecting. I was expecting some, like, sob story, like, please feel sorry for me. I'm, like, no. Hey, sorry, can I tell you why I was late about giving you your videos? Sure. Well, I was fapping too much to them, and, I that's why I was late. You know, in fact, I've gone through, like, 8 keyboards and mice just because I keep getting, like, jizz in the, like, buttons and shit. It's really hard to get your videos done. I'm very sorry.
Stop for a second and really let that stew in your noodle. Let it marinate for a bit. How Coomer-brained must you be, not only to do this degenerate act,
but tell the person! You could, fuck! Like, it's one thing, okay, when Pinkalo's editing my shit, and then he comes and, like, and we have some fun, 'cause we're in a fucking relationship, okay? That's different. You're literally just this chick's editor, dude. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? First of all, you don't need to fap more than once a day to that shit. Ugh. We don't speak of relevance on this channel. Oh, God. I had to rebuild multiple mice because of you. Yep. Oh my god.
of just fucking beating your meat to a streamer's gameplay footage that you're editing, but then tell her that the reason you're late on some of the edits is because you can't stop squeezing your hog to the footage that she sends you. There are so many layers to this onion here. Let's just start by picking apart the most obvious. Why?
But yeah.
Now, I know in the most severe cases of porn addicts, they'll sometimes try and communicate directly to the porn star by, like, leaving comments or sending messages or whatever. And that's always the saddest shit you'll ever see. That'll bring a tear to even the strongest man's eyes. Occasionally you'll see those moments where dudes try and directly communicate to the porn star, leaving comments on their posts saying things like, "Can't wait to watch this one when I'm off work," or "When my wife goes to bed, that's when the bad boy will play. Thanks for providing me with tonight's entertainment," whatever. Like,
yeah, like she actually gives a fuck. Oh. The mice ball spun until it dried out. Ah! But Pokimane isn't that hot though, and she's a Twitch thought. Yeah. I don't even know why he's like jacking it to Pokimane. She doesn't sound that attractive.
Like just leaving these desperate posts, you know, cock in hand, giving a salute, like, "Thank you, madame, for your service. This will be a legendary gooning sesh." But even in those cases, they're communicating with someone they don't know. This guy was her editor for many months. And he was not only jerking off to the content he was being sent, which was just gameplay videos, I imagine, or like just chatting stream moments.
Yeah, like, all it is like angled from her top-down gameplay footage. Like, ooh, cleavage! Oh, I gotta fap it! Like, how desperate are you that you have to jerk it to cleavage shots of a gamer?
Nothing
chick?
even sexual.
Like,
and
what
he
the
was
fuck?
still choking the chicken to it, fucking playing the skin flute, and then had the gall to tell her that he was doing that. Is just incomprehensibly unhinged. She was his boss. She was employing him. So he basically went right through HR, bypassed that protocol, went straight to the top of the food chain, kicked in the door, and said, "Listen, boss, I'm fucking obliterating my wiener, and what are you gonna do about it?"
Yeah. What the fuck? Why? Why would you? First of all, if you're going to do this while you're editing, like, fine. Like, it's weird, okay? It's weird that you're doing it to somebody that you're editing that you're not in, like, a relationship with, okay? But if you're gonna do it, fucking have some self-control. Make it so your video's output is not delayed. And also, don't keep it to yourself, dude. Just keep your creepiness to yourself. Thank you.
That's why I've been late on my deadlines. Like, I don't think he came in with that energy. I bet he was, like, super shy about it. He was probably like, "Oh, Pokimane, so I know I've been kind of late recently, but it's only because I was, ooh, how do you say, jerking off to your work."
I keep trying to warn her about how close to What?
Look down.
Is the camera angled?
No. I'm just telling you.
Is the camera angled top down?
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to say. Look down. Or rather,
When
feel
I
down.
tell you I've never halted a conversation so fast, because I'm like, you are the person that I send like
Yeah,
hours.
but it's still.
Of footage to, I don't want to know what you're jacking it to. I don't want to know more. I should.
Yeah, no, like, even if it's to her, she doesn't want to know, dude. Why are you telling her?
I shouldn't even know how much I know right now. I shouldn't know.
I'd actually argue that it's better she did know this, no matter how awful it is. But that way she can get the fuck away from this weirdo ASAP to say, "Take a hike, Buster. This is fucking terrible."
But I felt so bad. So when he's like, you know, like, this is like an addiction of mine, I genuinely felt really, really bad.
Why?
So I still paid him for months.
Why? Why would you feel bad? That's not a dude, that's not an addiction. That's an obsession. That is creepy. That is like, if he had an addiction, he would look in other places as well as you. No. Ugh. Gross.
What the hell do I do?
Don't pay him. Don't pay
Am
him
I
for
even
the
allowed
work
to
that he's
fire
late
someone
for.
'cause they're
That's definitely towards the top of the list for the best reasons to fire someone. That actually might be reason number one why you could go ahead and can somebody.
Yeah. Yes. That would be like, that's sexual harassment.
Because they can't stop fucking beating their cock to you, their employer. And they're also not doing their job well by being 1 to 2 weeks late. Which, by the way, is a long time of just fucking gooning here.
Yeah, like, that's a lot of, like, what is he doing? Every frame he's got to bust a load? Like, what is going on here? Why does it take 2 weeks to edit one gameplay video?
This degenerate would miss his deadlines by a week or even up to 2 weeks because he was obsessively polishing his scepter to his employer. You 100% can and should fire someone like this. It's not like the Better Business Bureau is going to defend him. You're not going to have agents show up at your door knocking and be like, "Hey, listen, we know what happened here. You discriminated against this kind, gentle sir. You fired him just because he was obsessively masturbating to you. Well, I'll have you know this is a free country, ma'am."
Yeah, literally nobody is going to do that. That is some degenerate behavior right there. Nobody's going to defend this shit.
This is a civilized society. You can't fire someone for that. There's no crime. What is the charge? Busting a nut? An immaculate, gooey nut? This is democracy manifest. Like that just wouldn't happen. But I actually understand why she was hesitant to.
She said months.
Okay.
But
how is it he didn't learn to multitask? See, this is the stuff I want to address. See, there should be no shame in what he was doing. Dumb of him to say, "I'm jerking to you, that's why it takes so long." Dumb of him to do that. Fine. Be proud of what you can do. Be proud. You can work a mouse and your joystick at the same time. All men can do this. We all do it. We all do it. We all love to do it. And we have a rule. The rule is anything can be pulled to. Anything. Stick figures. If you're lonely enough, work. The fucking sock in the corner will work. Sometimes 100 times over. It gets a little itchy, but still. Men don't care as long as they see something that's pleasurable. The dude was dumb for saying anything, but the problem is he was also wrong for taking so long and then saying that was why. Don't do that. Enjoy the view. Enjoy the vision. That's all you gotta do. Never feel bad about what you enjoy. Never feel bad about what you visually want to be pleased by. Ever. Doesn't matter who it belongs to. Anything like that. I say belongs to. Doesn't matter who's. Okay? Doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. Because it's a visual appeal. You like what you see. It make you happy. You want to play with your pee-pee. Enjoy.
To do that, and this is where I'm going to get into a story I don't think I've ever told. I'm pretty sure I haven't. Where I had something somewhat similar happen a long time ago. Not to this level, but something closely related.
I should call my ex-wife. No, Johnny, don't. Don't do that.
To just accept any voice acting role I was offered by any human being with a pulse on the planet. If they said they needed voice lines done, I would do them for free just because I really enjoyed doing it. Okay. It's actually how I met Jackson. And if you have ever watched the official podcast, you'll know that our X-Men origin story between Jackson and I's friendship is that Jackson actually scammed me through this process. He sent me an email asking if I'd be down to do voice work for his upcoming game, and then sent me like some in-game screenshots and promotional screenshots that were actually just Dark Souls images that he photoshopped to fit his game style that he tried to sell me on.
That's hilarious. I had no idea. That's hilarious. No, Johnny, no, that's the exception. Never call the ex-wife.
I was like, yeah, fuck yeah,
right?
I'm definitely down to do voice work. And it turns out he never had that game. He just wanted to play games together.
Aww,
and we
that's
did.
hilarious.
And ended up becoming extremely close friends.
That is so
now we
funny.
make God Slap together. Like, he's been a friend of mine for almost a decade now.
I love that.
And it came from that. But there's definitely a dark side to that. The Sith Lords definitely did exploit that very stupid thing I used to do, just accepting any voice acting roles ever from anybody. So, I think this was after I had met Jackson and after we were friends. I can't quite remember the exact chronological timeline here, but I received a very interesting email from a very peculiar man.
Okay.
That, under any other circumstances, probably would have triggered red flags in a sensible person's mind, but for me, I saw the word, like, voice acting opportunity, and I was like, I'm in.
Oh, no. Why do I feel like this was like, he gets there to the wherever it is, and it's like a porn?
Say no more. So I emailed him back saying that I was absolutely down to do this, and when should we get to work on it. So we communicated back and forth a little bit, and eventually set up a Skype call. Because this is when Skype was still popular. I think one of the best...
Fucking ringtone.
Best things that's happened in modern day is that script, but this was a different time and day back then. So we went in Skype and we had our first voice call a couple days after that initial email came through, and it wasn't like super weird. He conducted himself pretty professionally. He was trying to tell me about the game. I don't remember all the details around it.
Ex-wife
It was
jokes are
a
funny.
game that
I've never
never
been
was
married.
going to happen, though. It was unbelievably ambitious. It was some kind of like MMO hack and slash with like a super deep branching plot lines, all made by him, the solo dev. He was just spamming every buzzword he could about this game, but...
So this is the peculiar man. So it's not a porn. It's not a porn. It's a game, apparently. But he's the only developer, alright?
Again, it didn't matter to me because it was voice acting work, and I wanted to get the reps in. And so I just said, yeah, like, I'm super on board. Let's stay in contact. You can send me the script and whatever else you need. And that was kind of the end of our, like, introductory call.
Right.
And man, did I open Pandora's box. Pretty much immediately after that call, he would start messaging me on Skype often.
Oh no. Oh no. I could just hear that little every fucking 5 seconds on Skype. Ugh.
And it wasn't about the project all the time. Sometimes it was just about his day, which I would engage with. I'd be like, oh, it's really interesting to hear about how your day's been going. Thanks so much for sharing. And then he'd start tiptoeing into like some other small talk. It started to feel like he was interrogating me sometimes, where he'd be like,
I hate that. There are some blind people that who especially the blind people that went to blind school, okay, that don't know that you don't need to ask people a question after a question after a question. And I like, part of the reason I think that like I'm guilty of this too, but not to the degree of a blind school person, but I am guilty of this too. And part of it is, I think, because I can't see what's going on, so I'm always asking questions. But a blind school person I'll do this. I'll flick my desk. A blind school, what was that noise? And then they'll go, it sounded like a this, or a this, or a this, or a this. What was that? Do you know what that was? Where did it come from? And it's just like, what? Just stop. How was your day? What did you do? What did you eat? When did you eat? Where did you go? How long did you stay there? Like, and it's just like, dude, stop. Just stop. My stepmother was bad for that. Every day. What is your plan? What is your plan for 5 months from now? I don't know. I don't know. Just stop.
So, what'd you do today? And I'd tell him, be like, oh, so, like, you didn't really respond earlier. I thought you were just doing something really important, but you were just hanging out at home. That's kind of weird. Like, what? Are you sure that's all you're doing? I was like, brother, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm just not like always on Skype. He's like, oh, no, that's fine. You just.
Oh, yep. That's the other thing that a lot of blind, terminally online blind people do. Oh, why didn't you message me? I messaged you earlier. Why didn't you message back? I was busy. What were you doing? My life stuff? Why do you need to know? I just wasn't online. Oh, what were you making dinner? Were you doing stuff with the kids? Were you streaming? What were you? I just leave. Why do you care? Stop it!
Just didn't respond to me. And then he'd start gradually asking more and more questions, like questions you would ask someone on like the most awkward first date imaginable if you were some kind of Reddit mod. He'd be like asking me certain things like about anime and just like general interests and shit. And this is right before I had graduated college.
This guy is like super socially awkward, has no idea what he's... Did he just scam Charlie into being a friend by putting out a voice actor fucking thing?
I was still in college because I remember he was asking me about how my schooling was going. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it's going well. How's your project going? And he'd tell me some shit that I know wasn't happening. He's like, oh yeah, I got a lot of work done today on the game. I was in C#, really just fucking in my flow state. I took like the limitless pill, and man, I programmed fucking 15 trees, and I have 17 actors doing mocap for me, and they're all martial arts specialists, so the hack and slash animations are top notch.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. 17 actors doing motion capture for you. How did you afford all that? Seriously, how did you afford all that?
And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Do you have like that script or anything ready? He's like, oh, it's still being worked on. And then he just keep kicking that can down the road and change the topic.
Why would you not have the script?
Enough about the game. Tell me about exercise
capture.
physiology. What's that like? It's like, brother, you're not my mom. Like, why are you checking in like this? I don't care. And we're not really like close or anything. So why would you get upset if I don't like respond to you in a timely enough fashion? Like, it was just a disaster. So this went on for like a few weeks of this kind of stuff happening every couple of days, and I was ready to just wash my hands of it and just say, all right, this voice work isn't worth, I'm not getting the juice isn't worth the squeeze, as they say. So I kind of just started to let that peter out. I'd really very rarely respond to him, so he'd send me like a few messages over the course of like a week or two that I just would ignore. And then it got really bad.
Oh, how could it get worse? I swear, he put out a voice acting thing just so he could find a friend. That's what this sounds like.
This guy was sending me, like, deep messages, and some of them just very unsettling. And then he eventually sent me a message talking about how he's about to end it all.
Oh, God.
And, he doesn't expect me to respond since I haven't responded in so long, but he just wanted me to know how much our friendship meant to him and all that.
I'm sorry. Anybody that's, like, doing shit like that, reaching out to people they barely know, saying they're gonna end it all, they're not fucking gonna do it.
And I fucking freaked out, immediately responded to that when I saw it, and then he once again just switched gears and was, like, talking about my day, and...
Yeah, because he wanted you to pay attention to him. That's what these assholes do. They pretend suicide attempts, and then you pay attention to them, and they're fine.
His day, and this and that, and once again, just going down this small talk, and then, like, interrogating me, like, well, why haven't you been responding? So that I had to come up with a story, like, oh, just haven't been checking Skype for the last few weeks, just stuff going on. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, no, okay, yeah, I'm sure, and then getting upset and whatever. I recommended him getting, like, professional help, which he claimed he was doing and seeking, but it wasn't really working. The only thing that really helped him was our little chit-chats back and forth. So obviously, I kept that door open, and luckily, the frequency of his messages was much slower, so over the course of a few months now, the messages were far less often. So it wasn't that big of a deal, but it still just felt miserable to keep this communication open. It felt like a hostage situation where, like, if I didn't respond, he might do something, and it was scary. And as this continued for quite some time, he'd make threats occasionally of harming himself if I didn't respond in like a fucking speedrun fashion to one of his messages.
Right. See, he literally used a voice acting opportunity as a way to get a friend.
I got into a relationship, he sent a really creepy message about like, well, is it serious? Why is it serious? What do you see in her? That kind of thing. Like, it was all really alarming shit. And I'm not going to keep boring you with details here, but similar to how Pokimane didn't immediately fire that guy because she like felt bad for him or was like a little afraid of what might happen or whatever. It's easy to take a step back when you're not involved in it and just be like, oh, this is what you should have done. But when you're actually in one of these like really weird fucking situations on like a personal level here, it's just a little harder to do that. So I do understand that, but again, definitely the right course was firing that guy. In my situation, eventually what I did was I just stopped responding. If he did send me one of those messages, I would reply just telling him he needs professional help, and I won't talk further about these kind of things with him because I am not a professional. I'm not equipped to deal with that or handle that.
That's the best thing you can do. That's literally the best and only thing you can do. If somebody keeps like threatening that they're going to end themselves if you don't talk to them, and then you talk to them and they're like, oh, blah blah blah, everything's fine, nah, 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 then you be like, okay, you know what? Like anytime that happens, you just go, no, you know what? You need to go and like go find a crisis center, something like that, because I'm not going to entertain this. I'm not going to let you use me for attention, and I'm not going to allow you to hold me hostage. So you need to go get professional help. I'm not going to talk to you about this stuff. And you know, that's the best thing Charlie could have done. Oh. So I watched the Brandon Buckingham video, and it was like, there's a couple of things I wanted to show you I wanted to push play on the video, but my ears are, I'm almost at 2 hours here, so we're gonna listen to a bit of this, and we're gonna see how I can handle this, because my earbuds are starting to bother me. But I wanted you guys to hear some of this, just in case you didn't watch Brandon's video. I want you guys to just take a few listens. I'm gonna jump into the first chapter. And why can I not jump into the first chapter? There's the chapters. Where's chapter 1? There's chapter 1. Okay. That's what we need. Okay. So I wanted to show this because this guy, this In Praise of Shadows dude, there are just some things that really bother me about him, and the biggest one is just how whiny he is about his channel. And where he's like, I only made $500 in ad revenue or on a video in 1 month. And I'm like sitting here going, Jesus Christ, that would be nice, like to even get monetized on you. Like the fact that he's whining and he's monetized on YouTube, and the fact that he even has the ability to make money off of his videos, and he's just, instead of making better videos, he's whining about it. So here, let's switch to live scene here, and
this guy starts off his video complaining about a convention called Mad Monsters that he attended. First whining about having to walk down an unpaved road in the cold.
First of all, I arrived at the convention and their small main parking lot was already filled. And they gave me directions to their overflow parking area that upon arrival, I realized was well over half a mile away from the event, and that they had arranged no shuttle services whatsoever.
Oh, Muffin, you had to walk? You had to. Oh, you poor guy. You had to walk.
Meaning that I had to walk down a dirt trail that had large rocks in it in the February cold to get back to their main building.
The rocks hurt my feet when I walk, and the air hurts my face.
I love the fucking. Oh my god! I love that fucking that voice that he just put on. Holy shit!
I'm not someone to ever actually make a complaint about something like that, but the reality of the
But
situation
you are,
is
though!
that not providing
You
shuttle
literally
services to
are
guests who
making a
can't walk
complaint
when you
about
make them
that.
park so far away immediately makes you seem totally unprofessional.
What do you mean you're not someone to ever actually complain about something like that? You just did complain about it.
yeah,
Next
you
he goes on
literally
to
just
complain
did.
about the material of the wristband at the convention.
When I finally got inside to purchase a weekend ticket at the front desk, they tried to put a paper wristband on me. I tried to clarify saying that I didn't want a day pass, I wanted the weekend pass. And they said that that was the weekend pass.
Yeah.
They instead expected me to wear this paper wristband at all times for 3 days straight.
Yeah. Like, had I been able to go to Blues Fest, that's what mine would have been. Going outside? Never.
By the second day, it was falling apart because I had taken a shower and it became very soggy
Why
and
did you
uncomfortable
take a
to wear.
shower with...
Oh, my soggy wristband. Next he goes on to whine about the convention not having any food.
I didn't eat before I got there the first day and expected to buy a snack at some point while I was there, and was very upset to learn that there was only an alcohol stand in the convention floor.
Oh, you could have gotten really drunk. You were hungry? You would have been it would have been fine. You could have gotten shit-faced. It would have been great. Why is this guy
And no
such a
food
whiny
whatsoever.
bitch?
So I didn't end up eating.
This is a video, by the way, titled Bad Conservative Horror Movies. And this is what he's bitching about.
Until about 10 p.m. later that night.
Ever heard of packing a ham sandwich?
What? Yes. This is the guy who's been attacking Wendigoon and calling him freaking racist because he is friends with, in this asshole's views, gun-crazed far-right YouTubers like Donut Operator who have death content.
But apparently there was food. This idiot just couldn't find out where it was.
The next day I did actually learn that there was a food area for the con set up in the lobby of the hotel next to the convention center, but there were no signs telling you of this. And
did you bother to ask anybody? Or like are you just one of those people that needs signage right in front of your face in order to think about asking somebody for things?
it was very
going
much
somewhere?
hidden.
It's a big conspiracy. They're against you. They're hiding the food from you at the convention. Next, he goes on to sarcastically complain about his hotel's pool being out of commission.
Luckily, the first night after having a late dinner, I could relax in the indoor pool that my hotel was advertised as having, which was just magnificent. Although, I guess I can't blame that on Mad Monster.
And mind you, this video is over 3 hours long, so I can't cover every single stupid thing.
3 hours. 3 hours. And by the way, what the hell is a conservative horror movie? This guy's video is titled Bad Conservative Horror Movies. What is a conservative horror movie? Does anybody know like a specific... Donut Operator, the guy that likes it when a pedophile gets his head shut off. Yeah, I know, right? How dare he celebrate the death of a pedophile holding the mother of his victim hostage? Yeah, that bastard. That awful man.
Thing he says, but I'm just trying to show you guys how big of a victim baby this guy really is. Next, he explains how he's upset that a YouTuber named Cody Leach went to the convention and didn't criticize it enough for having Kevin Spacey as the main attraction.
In his
wait a minute. Isn't Kevin Spacey accused of bad things? Isn't that why he was fired from the House of Cards?
He grabbed the dude's thingy. That's it.
Okay, but this is
and then cornered a guy. He cornered a man. 1 or 2 on set, and they mysteriously are dead now.
Okay, but here's my connection to this. First of all, this guy is angry that Donut Operator was happy that a guy got killed for holding his victim.
Yeah.
Then this guy's like, I want more Kevin Spacey.
No, he wants less Kevin Spacey. He hates Kevin Spacey. He thinks the Kevin Spacey thing is bad.
He is. Next, he explains how he's upset that a YouTuber named Cody Leach went to the convention and didn't criticize it enough.
Oh, he didn't criticize it enough
For having Kevin Spacey as the main
attraction.
Yeah. He feels that he should have walked out in protest and there's a segment where he takes a video and another guy took a video that he's pissed off at this guy took a video in the same spot but at the same place but didn't get the Kevin Spacey sign also. It's so childish and stupid, but it's hilarious.
This is pathetic.
Attraction.
In his 33 minutes of talking about the convention and everything that happened around it, Leach fails to mention Kevin Spacey outside of a single joke about the situation over 20 minutes into the video.
Oh,
Not
no.
only that, if we look at this footage that I shot, compared to the footage that he shot, you can see that he has clearly framed his angle standing roughly at the exact same spot I was, so as to not show the giant Kevin Spacey banner hanging over the lobby.
Bastard! What a trickster!
When you look at his footage and you compare it to my footage, he was standing where I was standing and didn't even get the Kevin Spacey banner in his shot.
And you know,
I love the way Brandon is just mimicking this guy. It's too funny.
I think that
What?
That's what I was just talking about. The same angles.
Yeah.
the people who are in my line of work have a certain level of responsibility to appropriately cover the things that we choose to talk about.
The people in my line of work have a responsibility to appropriately cover the things we choose to talk. You guys are horror movie reviewers. You're not talking about fucking political shit. You're not talking about science. You're reviewing horror movies, and in this video, you're not even doing that. You're shitting all over people you think are naughty, bad conservatives. That's not anything. That's... What the fuck?
So in my opinion, making a glowing half-hour-long video about how cool Mad Monster is in the wake of them trying to publicly rehabilitate Spacey's image into a right-wing personality at a convention held in the South, which happened—
Wait, Kevin Spacey's a right-wing personality? Kevin Spacey is a right-wing personality. Kevin Spacey, the gay man, the gay Hollywood guy, is a right-wing. Okay. Alrighty then.
happened within weeks after he appeared on Tucker Carlson's show, is not a very responsible...
Oh yes, he must be right-wing because he went on Tucker Carlson. It's not like Tucker Carlson doesn't debate lefties all the time. No. His mere appearance in the vicinity of Tucker Carlson makes him a right-wing personality.
use of your platform.
Kevin Spacey was last registered as a Democrat and is a homosexual fella. But because he had a conversation with Tucker Carlson, this guy claims that Kevin is a conservative.
Exactly. Like, do you know how many lefties Tucker Carlson has on his show? Like, holy shit.
Daily Wire in this time ran a piece defending the convention and their booking of Spacey. And you know, just my opinion here, but no horror event should ever fumble the bag so badly that you get the Nazi news force coming to bat for you.
The Nazi news force, run by a Jew. Okay then, dude. What the fuck? What the fuck am I listening to right now? The Nazi news force run by a Jew.
Oh yeah, you heard that right. The Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro's news station, is the Nazi news force. Anyone who knows literally anything about Ben Shapiro would know that he is a Zionist, which is the opposite of a Nazi. Moving forward, he wraps up chapter 1 of his crybaby magnum opus by whining about how conservatives enjoy horror movies and it should only be a genre for liberals, or some bullshit like that.
And that I think there's actually not one, but two distinct horror communities that do not overlap. One that is more concerned with writing and thinking about how our own experiences and world are reflected through art. A group that overall is less concerned with how much a movie makes at the box office and more with what it is trying to say as a work of art and how it relates to ourselves and culture as people. And then you have another that is more conservative and traditionally capital A American and is
What the hell is he talking about?
based more in basic consumerism and viewing movies strictly as entertainment and nothing else. A group that often gets angry at the very notion of subtext existing within a work of fiction and views art not as a means to express what it means to exist, but instead that sees the value of creation just within the context of how fun and experience that product is.
Or, here's an idea. There is also a group of people that can do both of those things.
This is good stuff. Let's move on to chapter 2 of this incredible video.
Ding! The scary bell
I'd like to
of
talk to you
horror.
about the worst week of my life. So, January of 2022, okay? I made a video about The Hills Have Eyes that went very badly. And I've never really spoken about this or even really addressed that it was a thing, except for maybe just a couple of times on Twitter. I guess when it happened, I just hoped that it would eventually disappear, but it never has.
So in this chapter, this guy moves on to whining about people giving him a hard time on Twitter for shitty takes he had in a previous video.
So, this is a brief reanalysis of Wes Craven, The Hills Have Eyes, and the internet's general response to some pretty basic things that I said about him and his work about 2 years ago.
Pretty basic things. Now, what do you think he said? I'm sure a lot of you saw this video. But still, what do you think he said? Do you think he said anything, like, that makes sense about The Hills Have Eyes? Anybody?
In the time since making that video, very often it is the case that when conservatives want to criticize me, they will go back to that and use it as a weapon.
Conservatives?
By twisting my words in very bad faith to make it look like I said something that I obviously did not intend if you had watched the video. Usually in an attempt to make me either look crazy, or cartoonish, or racist, or
No, you did that all on your own, dude. Because you said what you said, and everybody's just pointing it out. You literally put your foot in your mouth.
or that I don't know what I'm talking about.
This is pretty ironic, because what he's upset about is what he does to me and nearly a dozen other creators towards the end of this video.
Literally, there has not been a single week that has gone by in over 2 years that I didn't have somebody saying something shitty to me about that video. And I don't think that most of them have actually even watched it.
How can this guy complain about jumping to conclusions when he literally boiled my entire existence down to being a gun YouTuber who's been accused of threatening? What? Besides the video...
Yeah. He ran with Sneeko's rape allegation. And was like, Brandon Buckingham's a gun YouTuber who was accused of rape.
What he's talking about is fucking terrible. His video about The Hills Have Eyes essentially said that the victims in that movie deserved to be brutalized because they were colonizers or some dumb shit like that.
Yeah,
Posting that video was a huge the kinds of videos that I wanted to for transparency. You want to know
content he doesn't want to make just to pay rent, but he doesn't realize he sounds like a spoiled little baby here because most
ever gain any traction now. Everything else I'd make the kinds of videos that I wanted to and have honestly struggled very badly ever since then.
So I think we found the root of this
go get
guy's
a different
problem
job.
here. He's broke and miserable and is enviously...
You're not disabled. You have the ability to go get a like part-time job or something and do more YouTube. Like, this is what pisses me off about YouTubers that don't like that are monetized and then fuck up and then don't get traffic. And they're not disabled. They don't have any reason why they can't get an actual job, but they don't. And they sit there and they blame everybody else for why their videos aren't getting traffic.
lashing out at others for being successful.
If you want to know why I make so many franchise videos now, it's because I still need to eat, and those are the only things that ever gain any traction now. Everything else I do dies as soon as it's released.
So he's making content he doesn't want to make just to pay rent, but he doesn't realize he sounds like a spoiled little baby here because most people on Earth do stuff they don't want to do to make money.
Yeah, literally, yes. Like, would I like to just sit and play Mortal Kombat all the time? Yeah, but that's not what brings in the traffic. So I do the coffee stream and stuff and talk about things that interest me and talk about like trending topics and stuff because that's what brings people in to watch. And then I can play Mortal Kombat at night, right? Like, you just...
For transparency, this is a graph of my total lifetime views on my channel, and this is the point where I posted The Hills Have Eyes. There is a clear delineation before and after me making that, and at least from my perspective, I'm not really sure if that response was entirely fair or justified. I don't think that as a person I deserve that based on my performance in that one single video. I understand that I am not entitled to your time whatsoever or anything like that. I'm just a guy on the internet.
Then why are you acting entitled to people's time? And also, you said that the people from the Hills Have Eyes, the cannibals from the Hills Have Eyes, could be analogous to Native Americans fighting for their land or black people enslaved for hundreds of years fighting back against the oppressor. That is literally what you said. That is incredibly racist and incredibly ignorant, and you rightfully got pushback, and anybody pushing back from that is not a conservative. That is a person who has common sense and is going, whoa, what the hell did you just say? And this is why people say liberals are the most racist, because they say shit like that, and then they get upset with people when they get called out. And it's like, well, you can't say racist shit and then expect not to be called out while you sit there and call everybody around you racist because they don't agree with you. And that's what he did to Wendigoon. That's what he did to Brandon Buckingham and Donut Operator and Mudahar and Brandon Herrera. It was absolutely ridiculous. Just to, I've been listening to Oopaville, and apparently internet historian, because he made a 420 joke and a Hitler's birthday joke. Ooh. But it wasn't a Hitler's birthday joke. It was more a 420 joke. Because he said, I was born on April 20th, or 420. So it wasn't even a Hitler's birthday joke. It was just... But this guy is pulling so much bullshit out of his ass that he and then wondering why nobody is giving him anything but backlash and a hard time. It's like, what do you expect? I wish I could keep going, but I've got to take my earbuds out and give myself a break here. But I just wanted you guys to hear that little bit of the video. I'm sure you guys have too. And so I'm going to end the stream here where we are and go have some lunch. I hope you guys enjoyed the coffee stream. I'll be back with another one tomorrow at 11 a.m. because it's Monday. And of course, I will be back tonight with a combat hour. So if you're interested in that, come and watch. There's a compilation video up on YouTube of some of last night's matches. And there's also a set between me and Blind Hestia, a Twitch viewer, from Friday night. I highly suggest you go watch that. That was a lot of fun. I'm currently finishing up listening to another book, so there should be a book review coming out in the next couple of days. So, lots of different things coming up. Please keep an eye out for all of them. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later tonight. Bye, guys.